manufacturing, construction, food services and more. The people of Awutu Senya East are Awutus. However, due to the cosmopolitan nature of the constituency, you also have many people of different ethnic backgrounds living in the constituency. For better understanding of who the people of Awutu Senya are, I had to consult the appropriate quarters. I am in the palace and I have here with me the Public Relations Officer of the stool, Dr. Kofi Akuta Obeng. Doctor, you're welcome to the constituency.
Thank you very much.
So quickly, tell us about the people in this area, people from Odupon, Fako. Tell us, who are they? Where did they come from?
The people of Odupon Fako are Gwans.
Okay.
One, the seat of the Odupon state is Odupon Fako, and this is the palace of the paramount chief or the chief of the Odupon state. Kaswa, the place which you call Kaswa, is Odupon Kwehe or Odupon Eshapa, and it is the commercial center of the Odupon state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So how many people do you have in this area, the population?
The most populated community in the whole of West Africa is the Odupon state. Every single day, about 280 people, according to statistics, come to settle here. So right now, we are having more than 1 million people settling at this settlement.
The people in this area are Gwans.
Yes.
Where did you come from before settling here?
History is saying that in the 1700s, some 300, 400 years ago, we were coming from the Mediterranean Sea area.
Mediterranean?
Yes.
Okay.
Then we came to Mali. Mm-hmm. From Mali, we settled at the Shire Hills. There we descended down to Accra. We came with the Gans. Mm-hmm. The Awutus are Gans. The secret is that we speak the Gwan language, which is the language of the Gauls.
What Gauls?
Yes, the Gauls, our people, when they were coming, they believe in the sub-Gauls. We have Kukurentum, we have Chawe, we have several deities. They believe in the deities. So it is believed that the Awutus speak the language of the deities. Okay. And the Gans are speaking the language that we were speaking.
Okay.
So we and the Gans are one. Okay. We are one. We are brethren.
So the Gauls speak Gwan?
Yes, the Gauls speak Gwan. That's what we believe.
The Awutu Senya East constituency shares boundaries with 3 constituencies. On the Greater Accra region border, it shares boundaries with the Wejagbawe and the Botiano, English and Manfro constituencies on the north. Now, where I am currently is Kakraba Junction. This is the border town. This is where Awutu Senya East ends and share a boundary with Gomwa East. So when you look at the road on my left, that takes you to Budumburam camp. Now, behind me, you are going to the Kaswa toll booth, and right ahead of me will take you to inside the constituency, that's Kaswa and other areas. Now, due to the opening of the Greater Accra region, you realize that many people live in the side of town and work in Accra, and so they probably have similar challenges and also share a lot of similarities in terms of the way they lead their lives. Where I am standing currently is the Okrun Kwanta. This is the last community in Awutu Senya East that shares a boundary with Awutu Senya West. Now, people in this community are primarily farmers, but it appears other occupations are gradually coming in, opening up the community. One prominent project in the constituency is the $170 million Kaswa interchange project. The project came with 270-meter span bridge, 2 bridges at Galilee and Crespol City, a 3-kilometer dual carriage, as well as a 6-kilometer asphalt overlay on the Galilee to Crespol City Road. Also part of the project is the construction of 2 bus terminals and 6 boreholes. I have been joined by my colleague who is our Central Regional Correspondent, Calvin Stetton. He's going to be taking me around some of the projects that have been done in this constituency. Hi, Calvis.
Hi, Frema.
Right, so this is a hospital, I believe.
Yes.
Which hospital is this?
This is the Kaswa Government Hospital.
Okay, so tell me more about the hospital.
You know, the Kaswa Government Hospital was started in 2015 by the Mahama administration. It was part of the auxiliary facilities that was added to the Kaswa flyover. So the interchange and then the hospital and some 20-kilometer road within the municipality was added to the interchange. So it's an auxiliary facility that was added to the project.
Okay, all right. And when did it complete?
It was completed in 2017. Actually, it delayed because of some land issues. That is the hospital. But at the point in time, it was completed in 2017, yes.
Right. So tell us about the services that are rendered here.
Now, you know, the old Kaswa Government Hospital has not got a department where they do operation, but here there is a facility where they can do operation here.
So there's a theater.
There's a theater here, so you
Okay.
don't need to go to Winneba or let's say Cape Coast or even Accra if there's an emergency.
Okay.
And then there's also a maternity ward where it is fully furnished. Mavis Hawakumsing, the MP of this area, named it after herself.
Okay, so also it's called.
Mavis Hawakumsing Maternity Ward.
Okay. What else? I think that building over there is a mortuary.
Yes, that is a mortuary, but the mortuary is not in function now. They are still putting things in place to make sure it works fully. It's not working for now.
Okay. What do you think the people in the community think about this hospital?
You know, the people in the community, I spoke to them at some point in time. It has created jobs, as you can see from this stretch. Businesses are springing up from here. People in this community are also happy because, one, it has come to serve them and that they will also get the chance to go to the hospital. Initially, they had to go to Kaswa, the old Kaswa hospital, when they get sick, but now it is closer to them. So the people in the community are actually very happy that this project has come to serve them.
Right, so which area is this?
This is called Farm Milk area. That's where the hospital is, yes.
Okay.
Ghana made significant progress on poverty reduction over time, with the privations of Ghanaians from the perspectives of health, education and living standards reducing 9% from 55% in 2011 to about 46% in 2017. This implies that with the current population of 31 million, 14 million Ghanaians are estimated to be multidimensionally poor. The indicators include living standards, which are sub-indicators covering access to cooking fuel, water, assets, housing, overcrowding, electricity, sanitation facilities. The next indicator, which is education, highlights how school-going residents have access to educational facilities with emphasis on school attendance, school attainment and school lag. Another key indicator is health. Under health, the focus is on nutrition and how accessible health insurance and health facilities are to the people. In the central region where the Awutu Senya East constituency is located, those who are multidimensionally poor are deprived, on average, in 49.4% of the weighted indicators. The population share of the central region to the total population is 8.9%. About 1.24 million poor people reside in the region. This represents about 8.8% of all the poor people in Ghana. Between 2011 and now, the proportion of poor people in the central region reduced by 9.3 percentage points from 56.9% in 2011 to 47.6%. Using the 2020 projected regional population figure, approximately 250,000 people, that's 250,000 persons, escaped poverty in the region. Recently published District League table ranks the Awutu Senya East 23rd out of 216 metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies. For instance, with sub-indicators like water under the living standards, the Awutu Senya East was 14th out of the 216 MMDAs. This appears to be a remarkable improvement, but residents still do have some unresolved challenges.
Emiamia bebre wo ho a light ni ho street light no eye say we no eye solar no mo fa come miamia bebre especially zongo mu ha no because of omunye development work no ekwan ni mu bebre nti wo area ha anaje obefa ha akọ ofie no light ni ho nti wo be suro nti ye pe street light na access road no normal street light no nko ho street light wɔ there ye ba ye nsuru
ya tonso na besien na mi wo mi ti say yare ne ba na omudi nso chen ukobu o say aban fa nka hwe ntonte ye na omoto me ntime meto da bia me koye ho complain ko mu mwa me
no koye complain we
me kat me bia nso ru na kasa me kaka cross hey aban ka hwe ntono oje enti da bia me 2 sidim ko bu nso 2 sim bucket na oje 50 pesos bucket 50% me tonte me wo problem ho I was hiding.
In terms of the security, there are some areas in Kasoi here where at night you cannot cross.
Why?
Because the criminals are hiding in those places. So if you are walking in a certain area and if you don't take care, your life will be taken off.
Subjects are not the only group bearing the brunt of the many challenges in the constituency. The Traditional Authority also has its own share.
Some of the challenges that we have, you see, the development is not speeding up as the people are settling. As I'm speaking with you here at the traditional headquarters of the kingdom or of the state, we don't have pipe water.
Why? Why don't you have pipe water?
Yeah, that is something that I have to ask you, or I have to ask the MC, or I have to ask somebody.
So what have you done about it? What has the palace done?
A lot have been done because, you see, we have only one secondary school. And that secondary school, I always tell them that I'm the chairman to the board of governors. It wasn't built by the government.
Who built it?
It is the World Bank that built it by our connections or our maneuvers.
Which year was this?
About 3-4 years ago. You understand that?
So was it 2016, 2017?
With 2016 that way. Okay. Yeah, that the school was a very big edifice. We have headquarters, we have a bungalow for the headmaster, we have a staff flat, then an assembly hall and a flat. Though you can see it as an E block, but it is not one of the E blocks. Okay. This one was built by the World Bank through our maneuvers, supported by the government. You understand that? So our challenges are being the infrastructure and also things that we are to get to let the people here live well. No water. Our electricity is not very good.
What do you mean by very good? You don't have power?
We don't have power. It doesn't stay long. Look, our street, there's not even one common street in the whole of Odupon Fako.
What do you mean by streets?
I mean the routes, the routes. There's not even one route or one street in the paramountcy or in the head of the Odupon state that has been tiled. When you are going anywhere, you see our roads are very bad. Even when you are coming from Kasua to Fako, imagine when you were coming, you can see how your lorries were bangling in the potholes. You understand that? So these are challenges. There are several things that I have to say, but these 2-3 things, the biggest of them of all is water. We don't have water here. Our roads are very bad. There's not even one street in the community that has been tarred, especially when you come to the point of alcohol. This is a very serious thing.
Politically, Awutu Senya East constituency has been represented in Parliament only by the governing New Patriotic Party. The current Member of Parliament, Mavis Hawakumsen, in 2012 beat her contender, Adams Nuhu Timbile, with more than 4,000 votes. In 2016, Hawakumsen once again beat the NDC's Adams Nuhu Timbile with over 10,000 votes. Ahead of the 2020 general elections, the NDC in the constituency has pressed a new candidate, Phyllis Nakoyo, to wrestle the seat. The NDC believe that they have a clear chance of beating the NPP this time. So I'm still here at the Awutu Senya East constituency, and I'm currently in the NDC constituency office, and I have here with me the secretary, that's the constituency secretary, Tariq, to tell me how their party is doing. You're welcome to the constituency.
Thank you very much.
Right, so briefly tell me how NDC is doing in the constituency.
NDC is doing well in the constituency. If you look at the statistics from 93, NDC have won majority of in terms of parliamentary. We've won these seats more than the MPP. The MPP, but when the constituency was divided into, it used to be Awutu Senya, then into somewhere, that was 2010, it was divided into Awutu Senya East and then West, where the MPP have won the 2 elections that we've held so far after the split, and with a margin appreciating. But I can tell you what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, when he took the reins of power in 2013, and the development that he has actually initiated in this constituency, the MPP parliamentary candidate then, that is Mevisa Okumsen, was actually riding on the back of promises that her party is not in government, and that when the party comes, they will do more than what we were doing. And when they came, fortunately for them, she was made a cabinet minister. And when you compare the developmental things that they claim they have instituted in this constituency, the toilets outnumber all the things they said they've done. Whereas when you cross over to our side, we're able to at least give this constituency the first public secondary school that we are enjoying currently at Odupon of Akko. Then we have this interchange.
If Ghanaians give you the nod, does your parliamentary candidates get the nod in December, what are you going to be doing? Give me 5 things that you will be doing, or 5 things that you will have to change in the constituency.
First, we'll look at health. Health-wise, the polyclinic, as we can see, it is not fully operational. So we are going to make sure the facility is become fully operational with all the departments working. As we speak, the mortuary isn't working. Some of the departments are not working. We'll make sure it is done. And then we equally, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has, and then with the lobbying skills of Honorable Felicina Akoyo, we are trying to bring in a nursing training college here, and then with the municipal hospital out of Akko. That when you put health aside, we'll look at the road infrastructure. Kaswa, we have about 600. It's about 648 in terms of mileage. Only the NDC was able to do 58.4, leaving a whooping sum. This government has barely just done 2 kilometers. So when we come, we are going to connect most of the areas to be tarred, and then we equally are going to work on the old one. We are going to do an asphalt overlay over the ones that we've constructed. That to our side, we are looking at jobs. Kaswa is a dormitory town. People who work in Accra only come to sleep here, and then they wake up and then go, because we don't have jobs here. So it is something that we are going to look at. So we are going to look at health. We are going to talk of job creation. We are going to change the way our roads are untarred, because majority of the road in Kaswa are not paved. When I say paved, I mean they are not tarred. Then Kaswa is a market center. The women need soft loans to be able to operate. We used to have a lot of these microfinance companies here in Kaswa. Most of them have collapsed. Therefore, putting a lot of hardship on the poor market women. It is something we are going to look at, how to give them soft loans to be able to get their businesses running.
The NPP, on the other hand, say they are retaining the seat come December 7. This is the NPP office in the Awutu Senya East constituency, and I have here with me Alhaji Ibrahim Abu Sadat, who is the constituency chairman. Alhaji, Pachaviaboko.
Ahaboko.
Alhaji, na NPP for constituency bibia te say.
Edi kaino medanyame asi na me chia etiefo mu nyina. Edi kanso Awutu Senya East. Me chia obia ahade boko. Me say ya registration. Ya wie asumdie boko. Problem is during the registration time, no. I am say she said bibia edaho boko. obia oyene ejuma said ya towards 20 election 2020 ya omoyi na ya kotoaba
na if you say yete constituency 2012 and now the mayamfa 2016 ebe mamenema be enum 5 things are NPP mayor constituency because mo party na AD constituency ne so the MP is an NPP person. So 5 things that you have done in the constituency.
Now then I will say me 2016. So I 4 times so yeah MPP.
It's okay, it's all the coming now.
MPP. During the 4 time. MPP Juma Oyewa Awutu Senya by then enya Awutu Senya East. Especially Kaswa. Ya buy any news ha. No pipe. Nti kufuo ba no na NDC na ewo so. Kufuo ba no MPP na dawroma. Ena yetumi nya insuo. Ba insuo no ewo ho no a champion ono odi insuo ba na insuo no NDC ba no ena bibia more than 35 years na Kaswa ye ni insuo. MPP by no ena kufuo by then no come na baptized ono no minister of water and omodi booster machine be omodi ko see broadcasting from broadcasting and omodi ba ko bi so kotu hail no said a pumping so no from wager ena na dawroma ende pipe no ewo ho MPP so ebaye no na do baye yi so no sub areas ya ni eni isuo ni eye yi no ye baye no ukọ fakọ gada opekuma Kaswa New Town CP ni nyina no sesi ano pipeline no honorable maybe sa okomsi ena wadi sa project no ebae baby wo ho sesi ano ma start e twensuo no ena baby so wo ho omo se chi se o ma type e ko kunyakode no na eba around Fakor area no eni gada ansa na nsuo no so no ebe flow
anti alaji I quite say nsuo hu pa ne hiamo constituency because
access see ano me kan wo wie wa ha baby a me be kire wo no wo be hu kwa ho adwuma no ekoso rules ekoso drainage ekoso toilet clinic market mini market wo ko Iron City a ekoso
clinic ne dey
owo adum akwele adum estate ya mini clinic bi wo ho
and drainage no say
bebre all the electoral area who call Fakor electoral area akwele electoral area opekuma electoral area CP electoral area all the 13 electoral areas who call obehu ejuma koso
enti emu de hin na mo awie
ya wie de mo sesi ana me miti ha na de mu de ya wie no me mfa no say school no da ya wie no na fufu eba na afi no mbe hyase wo Iron City and we call assembly near to the electoral commission mo office hall no so no 6 classrooms bi so ho o ma wie o ma press ta ya bibia.
So what will inform the constituent's choice of a candidate as a member of parliament?
Senya muanwa emwa ede bua ema ebetimi akoyedim. Sika se musika sika ne ehia ema ede bedidwa. Ebi se oni sika ade ton no kra ton a onya yi. Nti onya sika bi afre udwa no ma no mo beboa yen. Ebe boa ema ye ton ade.
Nti o pe MP bi obetimi aba beboa.
Beboa yen, obeboa ema ye ton ade.
MP oda o mi se minimu no. Minimo no, minim ni di angasa me hwehwe na chiri kwan zumpo.
Oh, nade.
Kwan me kwatena ho no mo be 8 years ni. Enfutu kwan ye na mu sa nsoto potholes. Ya hwehwe ngbangbangbang te to na bia drivers kwan no kwa nsoto a mo nko nyanya no. Yesi na anti-frika so ha sei ko nyanya no. Ntimi ambi kro no oda no. Obeya anka waye. Oni ye ho adwenpa ntimi se me so me hwehwe na chiri kwan minim ni din. Na nim kra me hwese ni poster bo kra me hwe nipa na nim. Na me ko me problem ye kwan nye.
Na so beto aba December.
Abande e meto.
Na nti MP be na okoto ama no.
MP no, edu amaya ni skirt and top.
Me hani se let on fa nchen madam. Let me to 120. Aba no, me to 800,000. Nyama me bia nyama na me yusu. Me kwa ho ma won na won agisika no. Nti nya no kwa won da dan. Omo da dan pa. Sisters o fa nchen azam ye won fa nchen. Sisters ye ntoche wa ha.
Enti December ya beto aba. E dia na wo pese ensi ansa no wahu se meto ama we ya na meto ama we.
Ande do o mitirim. Me kokko beto ba kasa pa. Fi se madam ye bre. Bibia so atutu ama ye. Yentumi ntoche. Ye ade ni wa tum ko na ya tum o cha ya tum. Ye tenya mfaso. Me travel camp last stop me for car de bia. To be ba na pamba matna me kofie nail. Ye be didi ye ba nsu. Ba bia mte so pipe ni ho nsu no bo ye den. Nti wa hwa asem kama ye na ye bre. Na ya no so enkwai to school na ntwa kakra ya na enkwai.
If maybe my car we load from Kasua to Nsaum, so when you're applying the road, there is this rough road called Upa after Amasaman. Sometimes they dodge and pass them because of traffic. When there's hectic traffic, they pass them. But then that road, I've applied that road twice. It's not good at all. And then when it happens like that, the driver is supposed to increase his fare because maybe there will be a fault. He would have to go to the fitting shop, fix it. He used money. So when he comes back, he has to replace that money. So it's a whole lot.
So it has been a very interesting and insightful visit to the Awutu Senya East Constituency of the Central Region. This has been the Constituency on City TV. My name is Frema Adunyame. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
It's been 7 months since the first case of COVID-19 was announced in Africa. Experts predicted disaster, saying that weak health systems and poverty levels will lead to an explosion of infections and deaths. Countries around Africa swung into action. Governments closed schools, places of worship and recreation, among other restrictions. But months later, economies have faced unprecedented challenges and countries have begun to ease restrictions. So are we going back to how things were before the pandemic? And if so, is this change in behavior likely to undermine the progress we have made in containing the pandemic?